Hello, everybody. What's up? So, see here, what are we gonna do today? We're probably gonna be doing a little bit of penguinized development. I fixed a bunch of issues the other day. Got Neovim up. Pow. Let's see. I guess I'm just gonna do a little bit of testing of the weapons. Release date for the last heists. No release date yet. I've sort of come to realize that, like, unless it's I can look as far as 1 week ahead in time. That's as far as I can look. Even then I fail, but like 1 week ahead is about as far as I can look into time. Anything else is just a guess, and then I might as well just say nothing. Right? Like, if I promise Christmas, if I promise something like, oh, it's gonna be out at Christmas, right? The only way I can get the heists out at Christmas, guaranteed, is either if I happen to be right, or I'm gonna have to, like, cut stuff. Bro, stupid. That's weird, talking to yourself in third person. Am I right, guys? No, yeah, I mean, that because that's like when we set the release date for Penguinize, and I realize that more and more is like when you set a release date, you're not saying it's going to be finished by then. The only thing you're doing is you're saying I'm gonna cut it down to a point where at least the stuff I'm working on right now is finished. And when a game like GTA gets delayed, it's not because not because they're sitting on a finished game and they're, like, you know, polishing it up. No, they're probably just not done with the stuff they're doing, you know? And they just can't cut it. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of multiplayer testing. W said Siddhartha. Oh yeah, true. But speaking of the Game Jam game, the folklore, I think I know how I want the game to be. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I know a direction I can go. And if I'm correct in my math, it's 9 days left to work on it. So I think I can knock it out in a week. Any Mile in any streams? No? Not recently. But what I think for the Game Jam game, so you start in the forest near, like, a campsite. And you're like your cats, right? Your cats in cloaks or whatever. You look, like, kind of cute, but also a bit mysterious. Sort of, what's that? Elijah Wood Forest. Halloween cartoon. What's that one called? Over the Garden Wall, you know, sort of vibes. You know, like cloak, whatever. So you're in the woods, and then out in the in the forest, there are, like, basically there are like unlit fires or like smoldering bonfires that you can, you know, you go out there and you have to like light the bonfires, and you can like pick up sticks around the woods, and then there are like, you know, like dark enemies or something in the woods, and you can use the sticks you pick up or whatever. Maybe it's the sticks you pick up, maybe it's something else, as does it work? I don't know that it does. I don't think so. But yeah, you use it to light the fires, and then you can also like hit the enemy so you don't get like killed by the dark beings in the woods. But then you also have to like collect things around these campfires. So like the 8 pages style. And there's maybe like 3 different areas you can go to. But then you can sort of help each other out, because lighting the bonfires will provide like bonuses and stuff and keeping them burning and like leveling them up. But then as no players tend to the bonfires, they slowly die out. It seems like it's overriding the position of the gun in a weird way. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't open the project file yet. Oh. Open up here. Thanks for the sub, Scooter King. Appreciate it. But yeah, I don't know, like if you have, just while this is starting up, you can see, so you have like, let's say there's a map or whatever. Oops. Map or something. And then there's like a central camp here or whatever. And then there's like these smaller camps. Spread out. Maybe there's like 3 different camps or something. That could be it. And then there's paths, and maybe like here there's a freaking cliff or whatever, so you like a bit hard to get to, and you have to like take, you know, some weird squiggly path to get up here. Could be. And then maybe here there's a swamp. And then I don't know what would be here, if this is like a swamp or something. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, this is right. Right. It's different if it's simulating physics. But then is that... I don't think we're setting the position. Hello, Goober. What's up? Right, and the whole point is not the physical whole point. Let's see. No, exactly. See, that's weird. Like, why would it pop up there if he's standing still? I mean, it is using a... Wait, let's see. So sync transform. Whether to apply incoming data. Right, exactly. That's strange. Hello, unsure. Anshuman route. What's up with you? Uh-oh. I don't know if they're gonna find me though. I guess they might. All good. So these vectors are same as physics ones? Well, I mean, they're same as math vectors. Like in physics, you'll have vectors that describe velocity, vectors that describe acceleration, that describe distances. So these are those kinds of vectors, mathematical vectors. Hey, yo, Brahmas, what's up? Yeah, I think these stuff I could remove essentially. I need to change. State root pause. Yeah, why the frick am I doing that?
This is Mr. Penguin. Is depressed.
Oh,
Brittaball_ just subscribed.
thank you. Thank you so much for the subscription. How's the weekend? Weekend was good. It was good. Like there, they don't even aim. It's kind of weird. Concert tonight. Okay, what are you playing? Play by the ears? Okay, yeah. See, I don't get why. I guess I should check to see if the hold point. Does his hold point actually go up like that? Yeah, no, it doesn't. I think it is that the transform moves the first time. We render it greedily at the start. Else, if sync transform. You losers. That's not what you were supposed to do. Did I not write? Could have been I didn't write. Yep. You idiots. Wait, is the penguin pet a bit off with the screen? Yeah, it is. Hold up, I'm just gonna fix the penguin pet. I'm gonna need to reboot the overlay. I didn't notice it, damn it. I didn't notice. There we go. Much better. But when does it sync transform? I think sync transform might change weapon network transform. I think here optimize weapon sync. But that's false. True here. Enable weapon sync. When do we do this? If we drop it, right? Mm-hmm. Only true when it's dropped. Let's see, has there been a recompilation error? No. I think we're in here, so there should be a thing right about there. Oops, didn't mean to click the water. See, there's no sync transform there. He's not supposed to be syncing anything. And yet, for some reason, it would appear that is magic. Ah, yes, so true, Ark, very true. Um, this strange dude. But like, why would it pop up? Like sync transforms. I'm looking at only sync transforms right now. Nothing changes. But like this one, if we look at the hold point here, I would suspect this one goes up. It does. I guess maybe we stay away. Are building a game? Yeah. I am. Back from the ads. Welcome back, Ark. Welcome back. Yeah, why is it... Is delayed. Is he delayed? It's an internal boo. Okay. COD Black Ops 7 add you and then a man raving in pink bunny mask. Okay, I like that. What's his name? Penguinized. Oh. Got your own game name wrong? No, this is Penguin Heist. The greatest Penguin Heist of all time. That's the full name. Penguin Heist is also its name. Which engine are you using? Unity3D.
Britta Ball said, I am really good at dancing, and I also have crippling depression.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm just checking. This shouldn't be, Yeah, good. Is it a sandbox game? Yes and no. It's a bit of both. Yeah, see, we're only referencing it in enemy. But it feels like this spawn condition stuff here is... It's not... I hope this is not what, like, gets applied. I think on before spawn is only called on the server. I'm good, I'm good. Debugging guns. Was Fernando the fan favorite? I mean, I think everyone has their own favorite. I don't think there's a definitive fan favorite for Mr. Fernando or the Penguins. Can you explain a little bit about coding? What do you want to know? Ask and I shall answer. That's true, but there's a fan favorite though? I wouldn't say so, no. Because it depends on what fan you ask. I wouldn't say that there's a definitive one that is the fan favorite from the cast of characters in the Penguin Saga. That may be true for other ones, but he's the most popular one, but I wouldn't say he's necessarily the fan favorite. I think that's very varied. Easy part? But like, it's like if you say, can you explain a little about coding? It's like if I asked you, can you explain a little bit about the world? And then you might say, well, what do you want to know about the world? Then I say, just anything, really. And it's like, do I tell you about World War II? Do I tell you about like the inception of man? Do I tell you about the space program? Do I tell you about the history of the Chinese Empire? Like, what do I tell you? Like, it's too broad of a question. My favorite, it's probably either Mr. Penguin or Lard Chowder. Although I do love Chef Penguino as well. I don't know. I can't pick one. I like the Fabrizio videos too, so I like Fabrizio. I like recording his videos. But honestly, there's not one of those characters that I think is like boring to make videos for. Maybe Rex Fontaine was the most boring one to make videos for because he was just more there as a plot driver. But I feel like that when he got more violent and could, like, you know, how to make it shoot. Okay, yeah, I don't think I can answer your questions, Clavas. It's they're too broad questions. So I don't think you know the questions you're asking. So I don't think you'd be equipped to handle the answers. If you want to make something shoot, you have to do a lot of stuff. Let's see. I don't know why the freaking guns are like. I'm good, CCM Dev. How are you? I'm not trying to be rude, Clavus, but here's the thing, like, I think it's, if you're gonna ask a question, it's always helpful to know what kind of question you're asking. Because I could answer your question, but it's not gonna be a satisfactory answer, so I might as well just not answer it. Does that make sense? To me, you're always rude. True. True. But any answer I would give you, I wouldn't get anything out of it, and you wouldn't get anything out of it. The Roblox stream on that game confirms that statement. Well, I like being rude to Roblox players. Now, I don't know if Ritterball plays Roblox, but I would assume Ritterball does not play Roblox. But if I met Ritterball on Roblox, I will admit that I would not hold back. I never played Roblox. Got the Roblox emote. Keybound. Who has time for it? You apparently. What's worse, Roblox or Fortnite? They're both great games. I love Roblox and Fortnite. Catch me vloxing my robes on Fortnite. I really have to get back to work or I might get fired and I have to cancel my subscription. Uh-oh. Language? English. How about you? What language do you speak? We speak stroopwafel. I play ranked ballistic on Fortnite. I knighted on my fort so hard that I forted on my knight. Oof. CSGO without the hackers. I've never played Fortnite. And I only played CSGO once. At a friend's house. Actually, I played it once at home as well. I played it at home and we were... Because that game is so nice because it has like player collision, right? Like team player collision. So we blocked in some guy. We went around him and blocked him in so he couldn't move. He got really upset with us for some reason. I'm not sure why. He was screaming. And all I was wondering is, where's the love, man? Where's the love? Yeah. We got absolutely, you know, murdered, slaughtered. I think these are unused, right? Yeah. But I still don't know why. Is this used anywhere? No references. On equip is called. Okay. Then you see Fitz videos of idiots trolling but somehow still in high ranks. Yeah, I mean, I was the lowest rank, of course, for obvious reasons. But it's fun, man. It's fun. Yo, Cashier Gamer. It's honestly one of my favorite pastimes is just trolling people in games. I'm not a fan of like outright griefing, right? I'm not a fan of that where, you know, where all you do is walk up and, you know, shoot someone or like go into someone's Minecraft base and blow it up with TNT. I think that's like not clever. It's not fun because it's not clever. What's fun is making people angry enough that they do it to you. Bringing people back to their primal urge. You know, it's like being that annoying kid in class. You never step over the line. Never. But you make the other person step over the line. That's where the fun is, you know? And that's what I like doing in Trouble in Terrorist Town in Gary's mod. Where I would... I'd shoot. I slapped that annoying kid in class once. Well, you failed. He got you. See, that's the thing. Once you resort to violence, that's when you've lost. And that's when he's won. You think you win because you slapped him, but really he won. See, that's the motivation that the people who resort to violence use. They say he had it coming. But the thing is, he knew he had it coming. He was playing you like a damn fiddle. You played right into his game. So ultimately, who wins? Well, the annoying kid wins. Even though he got slapped, he still wins. Because that's the game we play. Well, no, but that's the thing. He already got what he wanted. He got the reaction. So ultimately, who gets the final laugh? Well, it's him. Because he got the exact reaction he wanted, which was you snapping, right? So he won. You think you won because he stopped, but no, he stopped because he won. This is YouTube, but I'm streaming on Twitch as well. No, I'm saying he won. You're trying to phrase this as if you won, but he got the exact reaction he wanted and he was done with you. It's over. He won. You don't keep playing a game once you've won, right? You stop. He stopped because he won. The moment you slapped him, you lost. Yo, so random. I got a live stream on a YouTube feed from the dev of Penguinized, commenting to show appreciation of the game. It's hilarious. Hey, appreciate it, Chad Rose. Big thanks. Big thanks. I'm doing some networking reworks. I mean, because anyone who's played the game knows how freaking janky the game is, but we're trying to make it not be super janky, I guess. What are you coding here? Well, I'm doing a little bit of everything, honestly. I'm trying to stop the guns from being friggin' weird. Wait, but what kind of question is this? If it's delayed, that's going to be the same no matter what. The jank is kind of the charm. Yeah, I mean, it's a charm up to a point. I think that's what I've always felt. It's like, you know, it goes from charming to sad. So is that the one? Enable weapon sync. It's just there. A girl is texting and asked me if I want to see her in a furry cosplay. What should I say? First of all, I don't think a girl texted you to ask if you want to see her in a furry costume. I don't believe that. Second of all, in the alternate reality that she did ask you this, you should absolutely say no. Thanks for praising the corn outfit. looks like NeoVim, I believe. Consider using it, but to be honest, it's pretty intimidating. What do you like about it? I'm not sure what I like about it yet. I started using it 2 days ago. I've been using Vim Motions in Rider for about 2 months now, I think. And I don't know, I just like the idea of a bit more customizability. I don't like the long startups of Rider. It feels insanely bulky, but yes, you do get so much out of it. Like once it's up and running, it's a freaking dream. But those slow startups get to me. But there is an appeal to like unlimited customizability, and customizability in Vim is not terrible. Like you just do it through a config. Like this is my my config, which is admittedly quite long. It's like what, 1,000 lines or something. But it's a lot of comments. It's the Kickstart NeoVim, which is apparently outdated as far as I know, but it has what I need in it. And like what I've added is essentially I haven't done much to this, honestly. I changed the nerd font, the shift widths, tab stop, removed the swap file because that's freaking annoying. I added Roslyn as my LSP. I changed to have like project support because that's not built into Vim. Like Vim does not have an ID of workspaces, it just has an ID of buffers. But NeoVim actually is going to have workspace support, which is quite nice. In a later version coming quite soon, apparently. I think I can already build it from source though if I wanted to. But yeah, I mean, there's format on save I have. That's also different from this one. And then I think that's most of what I added. I just, yeah, changed the LSP and some nice symbols here for it was silly. Anyway, I don't know, it just feels so snappy. That's one thing I like, how snappy it feels. It's like bam 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 bam. And the Vim motions are a bit better supported here than they are in Rider. But overall, I mean, I'm new to this. I have no idea what exactly I like about it, but so far, middling impressions. Setup was a pain. Worst experience I've gone through ever. I tried to set it up 1 month ago. Spent about 3-4 days trying to set it up. Failed. Because I mean, most people say just don't do .NET development in NeoVim. Just don't. It's not worth it. It's a pain. And here I am trying to do .NET, or not just .NET, but .NET, you know, Unity, which is even worse. Like I don't have workspace errors. Trying to get into Linux and tried learning Vim, and it's a fluffin' B key right EA or IO, the end of word or something. Well, I would recommend, if you're trying to learn Vim motions, don't do it just in Vim. There's a game called Vim Adventures. If you're serious about wanting to learn it, Vim Adventures. I played this. This is where I started. Like, it has a demo. But basically, it does teach you the HJKL and then some of the motions quite efficiently, even delete and insert commands and stuff. But it's pretty neat. So you'll get used to Vim Hero. Yeah, this game was fun. I quite like this. It's more puzzle oriented. It's almost like a Zelda-ish game, so you're like collecting keys and moving back and forth. But yeah, pay for this. It's a nice. I paid for it. Works well. Because I mean, the biggest challenge, I think, with learning Vim motions is weird sounds. Oh, I don't have the W button. The biggest trick, I think, is the HJKL. The rest is sort of more intuitive. All right, I need to get in there. Oh, shoot. Over jump. But what I've noticed though is that I've watched videos of people making like the top 10 Vim commands and blah blah blah, you know. And all of those commands are taught in this game. Like the F and T command, for example, which people are like, this is an underground command. You wouldn't know about this one. It's like, yeah, I did that in freaking Vim Adventures. I've done it ages ago. F and T, of course, being the jump to letter in current line. How long have you been developing games for? Yeah, so Penguin Ice is the one I'm working on right now. 200,000 copies sold. It's out on Steam right now. It's part of the Made in Iceland thing. Game show thing. But then I've also released Detective Penguin, which is also out, and The Walking Fish 2 Final Frontier. It's like comedy horror game. So these are out, available. This one's free if you guys want a spooky fish comedy game. Quite silly. I made this, yeah, 2020, first game I released. But then I have my itch.io page, which has a bunch of games. So there's The Walking Fish 1, Return of the Skeletal, Barn Orchestra, Fish RPG, which was my master's. I did that during my master's. It's not my master's thesis, but it's my final project. During a natural language processing course I took in computer science. Rat Lounge, Game Jam submission. Born Orchestra, White Knight, Game Jam submission. Shell Riders, also Game Jam submission. So, yeah, I mean, I've made many. Wait, I'm gonna see here. If I change it to that, it still moves. Okay, so it's not related to getting the hold point. But that would make me think that like the hold point is misassigned or something. Hold point is that one. Can we see the hold point as assigned through the gun? There, hold point, an assigned hold point. There said something about physical hold point. If not owned by enemy. But that's the gun. Right, okay. Oh, that's the... Where are the sounds coming from? Oh. I get it. I was having the sounds. Awkward. There. That's the part. I also wonder how you would debug a large enough game product. Like, how do you track and solve issues? Do you create temporary test situations where that bug triggers yourself? What's your workflow? I should be doing more rigorous testing. I don't. But I should be. Because the thing is that as a project grows, for sure it gets harder and harder to track bugs. And I think, you know, you can reduce the need for test by making as few intercoupled classes as possible. And that's sort of what I'm trending towards now. I'm going more and more data oriented because really it's not necessarily an issue of scale, it's an issue of data flow. Because when it comes time to tracking a bug, if your classes are spread out between files and interconnected like so, like a freaking a web of whatever, and then you add another class and now these guys are interconnected and they're interconnected, I mean, it becomes insanely difficult. So really you want to have more of a flow of data where perhaps these two don't speak to each other. This guy speaks to this guy, he speaks to him, but really then at the top maybe there's like a central data storage from which, like, you know, they can pull. So you could have like this, so there's like as little interdependency as possible. It becomes way easier to track down bugs. And newer systems I design in a definitely more, yeah, polymorphism in a well-managed recursive class, 100%. I'm undoing a lot of inheritance in my weapon system and trying to make it just like one level inheritance. But like, as with like the bug I have here, the bug I'm solving right now is an issue of codependency. So I have this gun class, which can be owned by enemies, and guns behave differently from like other items because there's an item parent class and then gun inherits from item. And gun is different because gun can introduce like recoil when it's fired, right? And so I have to do like different sorts of assignments and different expectations for the behavior. In order for gun to behave in a certain way, there has to be different sorts of expectations. And that means I have to like assign this specific point of data, or this specific reference to the enemy that's holding it, which is its hand, because then I can use that hand to figure out where's the rigid body that's going to be affected by the recoil. And it's like, yeah, I mean, that's just the bed I made, and now I have to sleep in it. And sometimes bugs arise because of that, because you'll notice that in this game it's physics based, right? But it's not always physics based. Sometimes I call the physics of the enemies. So I have two basically bodies, two skeletons from for my enemy. One is the physically active skeleton, and one is the rendered skeleton, right? And so as I approach the enemy, the physical skeleton gets enabled. So I approach him, bam, it gets enabled, and you can see the gun starts floating in the air a little bit. The gun starts floating in the air. That's because we're tied to the physical hold point, because the physical skeleton is invisible. And for a moment, as we initialize the physical skeleton, the skeleton takes on a T pose and then settles into the visual pose. Because that way there's no like visual jitter, except the gun is tied to the physical, because the physical is what's required to produce the recoil. Right? At least that's the environment I set up. It's not a requirement, but again, when you're a developer, you create requirements. You create expectations for where your data flows and how that data gets processed. Why isn't the skeleton blending with body rig? Because it's an active skeleton. It is blending, but as it gets, like the way that Unity handles physically active rigid bodies, or rather like joints and stuff, is that as you disable and then re-enable them, they have to first settle into a default pose, and from then there you can make like target rotations, because this is a physically driven body, right? So as I can show you like what I mean. So right now he's inactive, he's not physically active, but then I approach him and I get in his sphere of influence. Now he's active. So let's see if I can actually, yeah, it's network now, so it's a bit janky, but you can see he actually like falls over. I can grab onto him. He swings around. See, it's like actually physics on the guy. But he's like driven by the physics. Yeah, the gun floats because I have a reference set to the physical body, but really what would be nicer is if I could just have the hold point be like a reference for recoil, and then have a visual hold point, like this separation between visual and physical. Right now, these are interjoined, which makes it look weird. Right? The hold point should not be the physical hold point. The physical hold point should only reflect the physical aspect of it, not the visual aspect. So I could do a reassignment, or I could decouple it. But I think I might be able to get away. Hello, Daddy Frosty. Hello. But where do I actually even use the I had to do a huge side quest. Now it's okay. Yeah. No JS. Like it. Oh, you mentioned networking. I'm curious what it took to get networking working on a physics streaming game. Like, did you encounter any trouble? Oh yeah, so much, way too much. Unity does not hold your hand. Like, the thing is, you think that networking is like... The thing is, even with the most competent networking library, if your data flow sucks, your networking sucks. There are no competent algorithms to take care of optimizing your data flow. Like, it can do like delta compression, right? And make sure you're not sending identical values all the time. This is NeoVim. Yeah, I'm trying to work in NeoVim at this moment. Yeah, I think I wouldn't go Arch. I'd probably go Omarchy or Omarchy or whatever it's called. I don't want to bother with setting up Arch. But it is, I mean, Omarchy is Arch. It's just a config. Once you go Arch, you'll never find a girl. Oh no! Funny thing is, the only person I've ever met who's used Arch has been a guy in a very stable relationship. So I remember I was very confused at the time. I didn't know what it was. It's only now in hindsight that I look back, I was like, oh yeah, that was Arch. Because I couldn't open Chrome on his computer. This was like ages ago, but yeah. I haven't met anyone else using Arch. Oh, this is the item manager. I don't know why the enemies spin like this, but they do. The new thing. They didn't used to do this. Yeah. No, that's the biggest thing with Vim Motions is now I'm like, I go on a server and I'm like, hell yeah. But dude, setting up Unity for NeoVim is ass. Absolute ass. I don't even know if I'm going to stick around because it's still not so good. We'll see. I'm using it to give it an honest try, an honest go, because I already committed to the Vim motions, and I was like, well, I might as well try NeoVim and see what I feel. So we'll see what happens. I'm not the kind of person to do like sunk cost kind of thing, but it's like I'm already doing these new things, might as well try this. Um, does this guy just stand there? I think he does. What about going back? You mean like going back to Rider? I mean, the thing is, I already have the Vim motions, so it's not very different. Like being in here and being being in Rider is not very different, and I've set it up to be quite similar already. So. Yeah, it's all made myself or my teammate. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing also, Daddy Frosty, is I could expand this if I ever got into other programming languages. Like, let's say I got into Godot. Let's say I started doing Godot. I wouldn't have to do that like in some other software. I would just set it up, config my my NeoVim to handle that, and it's a go. And that's why I think it's so popular with web devs, because as a web dev, you're doing CSS, you're doing HTML, you're doing JavaScript, and like it's so much context jumping, and then maybe you're coding like some server side stuff, which is not in JavaScript, or maybe it's like .NET or whatever, I don't know. And so you're always jumping, and it's like you can, this is a one for everything kind of situation. So yeah, I mean, I write original code sometimes. But usually it just feels like these days I'm just refactoring. No. Yeah, one would hope it's done soon. I need to figure out how to do code folding as well. But it's like, there's item, there's gun. Get component. This is old code. I wrote this like 5 years ago or something. This is like legacy code. That's why I'm trying to understand what the frick I was doing. I think at the time we're writing that code, I was so impressed with the idea of doing column select. Nope, it still does it. Okay. Yeah, column select. Like you do, what is it? In writer, I think it's Control Q. You can do like this, and then you can do like insert. Or is it? Yeah. Like you can do that. So I type out, you know, I'd freaking like copy this and just paste it. I just go ham. Because I was like, who cares about doing assignments when you can just do the column select and then column insert. Came here for eggs, left with a gun. Walmart. True. At some point, it seems like the gun is taking on the position rent must be high with the amount of ads. Yeah. The thing is with ads, Twitch forces me to have them. It's either pre-rolls, in which case no one wants to view anything I stream here, or it's mid-rolls. You hate police because of social political justice. Personally, I don't hate the police, but go on. I hate them because I love drunk driving. We're not the same. Bad take, I guess. Bad take. I will say that there is a kind of police I dislike, and that's the ones that are catching speeders at like known speeding zones, where the speed is set to an obviously bullshit low speed. Those kinds of police I don't like. They're just there to collect statistics, you know. That I don't like. They're like, we need to solve more crime. Okay, what crime do we solve? Like, big issues? No, let's go catch speeders that are driving too fast over this low traffic bridge. Certified speed trap? Yeah. Well, it's like, the thing is, they're not even like, some areas are not even designed to be like speed traps. Gothenburg, but I've never lived in Gothenburg. Like, I'm not a city dude. Generally, I enjoy spending time in cities, but I don't enjoy living in cities. Yeah, and it's like why is my tax money going to fund a dude who's standing there catching obviously not dangerous speeders? Like, maybe the reason everyone's speeding in that area is not because everyone's a dangerous criminal. Maybe, just maybe, it's because the speed limit itself is irrational. Do you guys know how they set speed limits? Are you familiar with how they set speed limits? Because the way they set speed limits, once I learned that, I was like, huh, that's interesting. The way they set it is they will have some person driving there, or a group of people driving the stretch at different speeds. And then they'll be like, at this point, I started feeling unsafe. And that's the speed limit they'll set. That's like the official protocol. But then many times they just do it. They just put a limit. They're like, this feels about right. There's no like, this is the curvature of the road. This is like the width of the road. This is the traffic, like the amount of traffic on the road. There's nothing like that. They're not. But as official as the protocol gets is they'll have some dude driving the stretch and then judging when they feel unsafe. That's as official as the protocol gets. But beyond that, there's nothing more official. There's no data involved beyond just like, this feels about right. And then that's supposed to be some kind of law to uphold. Some dude's judgment that this road feels like a whatever. Wasn't there a case about a traffic red lights being stupidly timed 3 seconds instead of 5 so police could give tickets? Sounds reasonable. That sounds possible. Yeah, no, it's it's really stupid when you read more into speed limits. I know there was a, like, if you go even like in a school zone, you can go like 1 or 2 kilometers above the speed limit. If it's 30 and you go like 32, you'll get like an insane fine for that. Which, you know, fair enough, it's kids, but like 1 or 2? So it's kind of... I just don't see where the hello. In my opinion, if you're speeding more than 10 kilometers per hour in the 30 zone or less, you're brain dead, honest. Yeah, I mean, there are arguably parts where it's set to 30 where it obviously shouldn't be set to 30, but like if you're in a school zone and there are like kids playing, if you're like in a residential area, then yeah, probably not a good idea. But there are some like there's an area in Sweden where I used to live where there was like a bus stop, and that was the reason it was 30, because they wanted people to like slow down for the buses. But again, that's only when the buses are there. But it's still like the same kind of signs where you get like very strict fines if you speed there. But they had this issue with where cars would like zoom past in like 50 whatever past the buses. So how do they fix it? Well, they don't rebuild the road. No, they just slapped up the 30 sign, and then yeah, I mean, it becomes a speed trap, right? Because people use their own best judgment and they're like, this is obviously not a 30 road. Two or three you can fight in court. I don't think you can in a school zone. I think you'll have a hard time. But I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so don't quote me on this. But in school zones, they're super strict. And in a downhill. Like, the 30 zones usually make sense, and they're usually in like residential areas or near school zones, right? So in general, completely valid. But again, like that's what I'm saying. Like people will use their best judgment often when driving. There are roads where the speed limit is 70, but you'd be better off driving 50. And if it can swing the other way around, well, why can't it swing, you know, in the favor of the driver? It's like it never does. Shit. The worst part is the Wonder Traffic Agency of the supremest dictatorship of Sweden just had started lowering speed limits everywhere to save the environment. Lifelong 90 roads became 70 within a few years. Is that because there's less fuel efficiency at 90? I know fuel efficiency in Germany, you'll find that most people, like, they used to drive a lot faster on the Autobahn, but these days they actually have slowed down quite a bit because they realized that it sort of caps out at about 130 or something. Like, that's the rate efficiency is like 130 is like a good speed. So you'll see most people doing like 130, 120. Because air resistance becomes a problem. Wait, let's do this. See, there it doesn't move. Okay. So the hold point has to move. But the hold point is assigned to the right one. I'm not using like a weird getter-setter function. The hold point is this one, and the hold point... Wait, what? Where is it? Pretty sure I wrote. Yeah. Yeah, now it moves. But thing is, the hold point actually doesn't move. The position stays the same. So where the frick is it going? Okay, so it's 22, 22. Goes up to 26. But it's not 26 though, is it? Okay. Like, we're not modifying hold point, are we? Yeah, we're just using it here. Let's get a take going. Take on Swedish taxes, Icelandic, I guess. Are they better? About the same. It's a little lower taxes here in Iceland. Like 5% lower or something. But I don't feel like I'm getting more for the money in Sweden. I'll say that much. You don't notice that 5%. So... So I thought I kept it, you know, because in Sweden they give you like free dental care up until you're like 22 or whatever. I forget what it is. I thought I still had it, so I show up and they're like, nope. Or I call and they're like, nope, you don't have it anymore. Even though it's like, I mean, you're not necessarily expected to have paid any taxes up until that point. You might as well just be studying still and living off the welfare, but it's like, you moved, screw you, get out, we don't care about you anymore. So I lost out on those free health care, free dental care years. But then also, I've noticed, I keep it, of course, in the sense that it's on my passport, right? Because it's tied to me as a citizen. But I lose it in terms of being a resident. So as a resident, I don't have it. As a citizen, I do. And that's the weird part about it, right? So there's this it's the same reference number for you as a citizen and for you as a resident. Which means that when I use stuff like Bank ID, some places it works, some places it doesn't. I've had entire apps shit themselves when I try to use Bank ID, and they will like not log me out. They're just in this permanent state of thinking it's like you're Swedish, but also you don't live here, so it doesn't know what to do. It's like an edge case they didn't handle in testing or whatever. And that app is just permanently broken. Even like when I uninstall it and reinstall it, like the cache still remains or whatever, like it doesn't delete the data. So that was awesome. That was like a parking app or something. It's like log in with Bank ID, and I was like, yeah, sure. So I'm treated as this like half citizen. So yeah. That's the situation. Well, is your mom a Swedish citizen? Or was she a Swedish citizen? Yeah. I have a bank account. Pretty sure you can keep a bank account no matter what. You just have to report, you know, report if you get any income into it in whatever other country you reside in. Yeah. No, it's, I mean, it feels, you know, you think we live in the future, but you look at the entire economical system with banks and you realize we're still in the freaking Middle Ages, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's also even weirder to think about the fact that when you look at like the money in your bank account, it's not actually money in your bank account. It's money that the bank owes you. Like when you put money in your bank, they just change some numbers around. No money is being moved. They're just saying, oh, now we owe you more. Like coming to that realization as like a teenager is like, yeah, and I mean, that's their entire business model. They're just moving around investing in stuff. One of their investments being loans, right? Housing loans specifically. Yeah, it seems like the actual whole point position there is correct, but then why is it pointing? Why is it not moving there? I really don't like personal loans. They fuel housing prices to go crazy because people are stupid. Well, I mean, the issue in the first place is the fact that houses are an investment, right? That's the big issue. I think the problem is that as it's syncing the ghost with root. 100% dividends, yeah. I don't understand why like, I understand that it's moving, but why is Unity not reflecting that it's moving? Like, apparently this transform is moving in Unity, even though it's not moving in the actual game. It's not. Like, it is, apparently it is moving. You'd think they'd show that. But... Because, I mean, I verified that the physical part of the body moves. And I verified through debug drawing that this part moves. But it just doesn't move. You see, because the gun follows this part. Always. Always follows this part. And so when I go here, as the gun moves up, technically this part has to move, and the debug draw set this gizmo here. This is a representative of the point where the hand holds the gun, right? That's the visual skeleton. Then there's a physical skeleton, which does all the physics simulation. So those two are decoupled. Because then I can sort of cull the physical skeleton without culling the visual skeleton. And in order to initialize the physical skeleton, it's needing to T-pose, essentially. So if I could show you here, you could see... It T-poses and then settles in. Which is all fine and dandy. It's supposed to do that. SMD? What is SMD? Surface mount technology? Is that what you're talking about? Skin mesh renderer. Oh, so SMR? But yes, it's a skin mesh renderer. Frosty be like, it's a skinned mesh renderer. It's like Norm Macdonald's joke with ID is an interesting abbreviation because ID means identification. Identification, which of course I stands for the I and D stands for the identification. Hello, Carl Johnson. Ad-free when? Never. I wish I could go ad-free, but yeah, then I have to do pre-rolls and... my watch numbers are already abysmal, you know? Okay, but the thing is, that's the Y position. One second. The issue in TypeScript, yeah. It's not even moving up. Like visually, it's not moving up, but the logs show it does move up. So, because it goes from 26 to 22 in Y position. So it is moving. Except if it was truly moving, then would the bones not deform with it? You got the right bone? Yeah, I do got the right bone. I think actually now it's not being... Okay, wait. No, that does make sense. And it works when you try to do it by hand? Well, I mean, I can move this around, you see. So it follows the position, no issue. But of course, the mesh right now is not deforming because, well, it is deforming according to scale, but the position is controlled by animation right now. But yeah, it's controlled by animation, but then maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's trying to pull from the, like, cause this is being controlled by animation. Oh, wait. Then I know. That's why it's not doing it. This should be late update. Cause then it should run the animations after, I think. But we'll see. I don't know if late update gets hot reloaded. I would assume it doesn't. That would be my assumption. Oh, it seems to be working. Seems like hot reload can do late update. Okay, wait. Yeah, no, that's tricky though. Because it doesn't reflect it. You see, it works now. But that's why it works on some... Oh, wait, it doesn't even move at all now. It doesn't hot reload the new late update. I'll just refresh this and join the server again. We don't know if it works, guys. We don't know. Maybe it didn't. It wasn't easy. We thought it was easy, but it wasn't. We didn't even know it worked. It's 1x is here. Rockhead, as I like to call him. Rockhead, how are you doing? Long time no see, Rockhead. I gotta show you this one. One second. Let's see. So a guy made a post on Reddit for his own custom pooling system. This system is enough to never have to look at pooling again. And this is his solution, right? So it's a freaking proprietary UI that is an absolute mess of a UI to look at. It is one of the worst editor UIs I've ever seen, and I've seen many. I've seen many in my day. You've seen worse? Yeah, EC Roads 3D actually. EC Roads 3D is the worst one I've seen. But you'll note this is project settings like anim graph. I haven't touched anim graph, no. But you'll notice here, like, there's some beauty in this. So there's like overflow behavior. So it repeats the namings, transform settings, which is also a double header, right? So it's transform settings, the same one. This overflow behavior, fair enough. And then you have advanced settings. So you have like external header and then an internal header. Yeah, I mean, it's also like instantiation settings, instantiation mode, and it's like it's just one setting or something, and then it's like prefabs, and it's just like the title is so ironic. This system is enough to never have to look at pooling again, because I think this system is enough to never want to look at pooling ever. If this is your first introduction to the concept of object pooling, yeah. And this guy's like a complete, optimized, and fully customizable Unity object pooling system with auto categorization, transfer settings, overflow behavior, and callback support. Yeah, we could see that because you listed it twice, all these things. And then this looks awful. It's the top comment. This looks awful. And then it's interesting to me that vibe-coded editor scripts have a look to them. Which is the first thing I thought. I was like, this has to be designed by like AI. Like, no one is this stupid. And then I made this little comment here. Overflow behavior. And this guy commented, the first thing he said, because everyone was shitting on this guy, right? Everyone was shitting on him, and I made this sarcastic comment, like, very intuitive and clear design, great job. And the first thing he did, because he edited his comment, you see, first thing he commented was like, thank you so much, I'm glad you like it. And then he realized that I was also shitting on him, so he changed his comment. These issues are easy to fix. I have to clean up a little. But yeah. Yeah, he's like, I'm never making anything ever again. But the thing is, he didn't even make anything. Is it Rockhead's alt? I think so. But yeah, yeah. Average tooler be like, Why do you need a system for it? That was my first thought. I was like, what did this guy do that's like so revolutionary? I look at the images and I was like, what the heck? And it's also like how much, like the designers, I just don't see how it's necessarily like a design problem either, because he's talking about making tools for people who can't code. But I don't think if you can't code, you shouldn't concern yourself with pooling in the first place. If you can't write code to like spawn in a pool, you're probably working in the wrong area. Like gameplay designer says, we need 1,000 enemies. He doesn't think we need 1,000 enemies. Oh, wait. I know I have to open up the pool UI. The vibe-coded pool UI to make sure we can spawn in 1,000 enemies efficiently. I'll set up the pools. It's like, no, they're not going to do that. Because if they think 1,000 enemies, they don't think about whether or not it's like possible or not. They'd ask the actual programmers or gameplay designers or whatever if it's possible. Like the level designers or whatever part of the company you're at, like. Yo, Ian Cooper. I mean, we just got the Gemini 3 Pro, which has people going crazy yet again, so. But the thing is, it's all about benchmarks. It's benchmarks. But the thing is, you start using them and you just see how much they like hallucinate all the time. It's absolutely bonkers. I've tried to use it because I was like, well, NeoVim is quite easy. It's all just, you know, it's all just package references and configs, right? It's not, you're not doing stuff in a it's not a big project spanning thing I'm asking you of. It's just like a single config. That's it. That's how you set up NeoVim. Oh shit. Okay. Right. Oh, right. I didn't fix this yet. The mid-session join. I'll have to fix that next, I guess. But yeah, it just hallucinates. It doesn't know anything. It can't set up the packages right. It hallucinates config settings. It hallucinates packages. It says packages can't do things that they can. It says they can't do things that they can. You know, it's completely and utterly lost. Oh, wait, it's not. What's up with you, little bro? Did I not like recompile or? Yeah. No, it's just not worth it. And it's the same for like debugging. Like when I started out using it, I was like so insanely optimistic. I was like, this is like Stack Overflow on drugs. This is insane. This is gonna like do so many good things. But I mean, it just gets, you just see every single pitfall and you realize that as far as the tool goes, it might be good for prototyping. It might be good for doing some busy work, but I don't feel like most of the challenges I face as a coder are those things. And so the use cases where it's actually doing a better job than myself are very, very few. And going over AI code is one of the worst things ever, because it loves to be so insanely verbose to a point where it's like, dude, what are you doing? Oh, there is no base update. Is late update happening in like the guns? Gonna get an RSI from scrolling in the chat. Yeah, I think it's I don't know, man. It's yeah. Get over here, you little bitch. Wait. Oh, yeah, I can't do the difficulty manager because it didn't join in the... Yeah, bouncing ideas for sure. And that's, but that's again, that's not coding, is it? Like that's bouncing off architecture. But again, if you don't have like even a good reference point yourself, if you don't have any experience, you're just going to buy into whatever it says, and it's going to sometimes say the most stupid shit. And if you just take it at face value, you end up producing shit. Like as a bouncing off plate, and it's the same. Like, I've tried using it. I tried using it the other day for like creative writing and stuff. I was like, I was hitting a wall. I wasn't coming up with anything. And the moment it started talking, the first 5 words or whatever out of its mouth, I was like instantly, this is not going to help. This is the most generic, bland bullshit I've ever heard ever in my life. This is the worst ideas ever. None of this is creative whatsoever. And I just shut it down. I didn't even want to try to convince it, because that's the thing. You have to like coax it into giving you the answer you actually want. I wouldn't be surprised if Easy Roads 3D was vibe coded, dude. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. He's been around in the game for a long time, but I mean, I used Easy Roads 3D the first time I used Unity, which was what, back in like 2013 or something, I think 2014 maybe. Yeah, I absolutely despise Easy Roads. It's so garbage. Probably one of the worst assets I've ever used. Like where I will change a setting on the road. It does look great, and you can see projects that use it that also look great, but you'll notice how when you change things and you undo things, that it will undo things that you didn't like, that you made in a previous session. So it's like, I don't know what it is, like action stack or like procedural generation or whatever it is absolutely screwed from the ground up. Like there's something inherently wrong in that asset where if you were designing roads just in the system, it just won't work. And then it doesn't even give you like spline options. It's just like, here you go, we're auto generating these splines for you. Object-oriented demands that everything functions like an API. And that's why he keeps it hidden. Yeah, and that's the weird thing also, like when it freezes for so long, but then it turns out it was actually okay all along. No, but it's like, you know, the true object-oriented developer will say that you shouldn't concern yourself with the inner workings of my code. You're not allowed to touch it. Don't look at it. Just think of it as a black box. And then I'll tell you exactly what comes out depending on what you put in. Except I won't actually tell you properly what comes out, and I also won't properly tell you what you're supposed to put in. But imagine if I had. Imagine how good it would have been. Like, why introduce all that structure if you're not going to do anything with it? Then it only serves to confuse. Yeah, and that's what I feel about like Fusion. Fusion is how I like it. So for example, it has like this base transform synchronization script that does like all this under the hood delta compression. So if I go to I use this as my base transform. Like this just implements the network transform. I think it's transform rotate scale position, I think is what it stands for. But that's just like a base class. And you can override specific methods in it. So like spawned, I say what should happen on spawn, what should happen on teleport. And then I changed a bit how it synchronizes, but all the benefits of like the under the hood synchronization is still there. And it's just very nice, simple, easy. So like there are still other methods here I haven't touched that are also like they're virtual. And they just do their thing. It's very nice, very simple. I wonder if this runs. Just let people modify your code. My policy is that it's their problem, but you shouldn't be deciding what they can or... Yeah, that's what I think too. The more complex the solution, the more important it is to just let them edit shit. Like, I understand there is some level of possible concern of people just ripping your code. But I mean, if they really wanted to, they could do it anyway, so. K-Kit? Oh, it's like low poly stuff? Well, I mean, the virtual stuff is just, I mean, it's, I think of it when you're doing virtual with a third party, it's essentially leaving like a plug, you know? It's like leaving an open plug that anyone can just stick their plug into. But when you start doing that as a way of architecturing your project, then you start running into problems. But if you just leave it like, hey, you can attach your thing to this and it's going to do all you want. Here you go. But when you got like 5 levels of inheritance and virtual methods branching out is... But these look kind of nice. They're kind of cutesy. Are these just free packs? No, these are bot packs. Free mode and premium. Okay. I'm wondering for my Game Jam game, but I think I might want to just make it myself. Wait, why is that? The world assets are pretty cute. Yeah, I like them. It's got a nice style to it. I'll try to fix this bend angle shit. Then I think I'm going to start on the Game Jam game. I think that's probably quite fun. But we'll see if I can even fix the bend. Because basically some enemies sometimes do not... do not bend their arm the way they should. State.bend state. I think that might be the one that... Right. Because that's the thing. The bend state, I don't know if the bend state gets fetched. I mean, I would assume it does, though. I'll synchronize the changes. Lost connection. Not super strange, honestly. I think I'm gonna grab a bite to eat. I'll just be right back. See you guys soon. Howdy. Hmm. Okay. What's the point of state bend angle then? Mhm. I guess that might. We'll see what happens. Because it's sometimes some enemies don't update the bend angle the way they should. But yeah, I have. I'm gonna participate in a game jam. It's a game jam here in Iceland. Part of a little community of game developers here, and I'm gonna make. I don't know exactly what the gameplay loop is gonna be, but the idea is you're like it's a multiplayer game, and you're in this forest, this dark forest, and you're told that there are like, I drew it up here, that there are like campsites. There's a main campsite that you spawn in on. And you're told that there are some campsites here, and near them there are things that you need to like collect or something. Like maybe it's pages, maybe it's something else. And you need to like keep the fires alight while you're doing this stuff. So you like need to collect firewood around here. So there's like sticks, you know, spread out or whatever. And so you have to like collect sticks and keep the fires burning or whatever. And then you can like help each other as players to like trigger some event or whatever. So you go around the forest, you know, like collecting sticks and keeping fires alight. I don't know exactly if anyone has any idea for what kind of stuff you're supposed to do. I want it to be like mild combat, literally just like one button, enemies walking towards you, simple pathfinding, and you can just hit a button and like damage them. Yeah, I'm still coding Whirlwind. It's like, if I can, because the theme is folklore, I don't know how to tie it to folklore. Like a dark wood, you know, creatures in the wood is like as folklore as you can get, obviously. But yeah, I don't know if there's like... Angolantis. Home. Wait, where is he? Oh, there he is. Is a little bro struggling? This game looks really interesting. Hey, nice. Yeah, he's struggling to aim, which, you know, fair enough. See, that's the thing with the bend angle threshold. Close to 0 is idle. I feel like the threshold should be enough. But let's see, if it has melee, then it's custom. We're gonna just do this. Oh, got commented. Yeah, okay. Determine bend state, right. State dot is aiming. Oh, right, it wouldn't even run this part. This is run by the server. Let's see, so, enemy, update, bend angle, oops. If hold up. Says he's aiming. Wait, if state is scared, status. It should be also if it's aiming, right? Yeah. Why is little bro not aiming? He's aiming for me. Did I change something? Hmm. Very strange. But I don't know, maybe I just need to recompile. I don't know. Yeah, little bro struggles to aim, dude. I think it might be the angle. Yeah, that's the problem. So it is doing the right thing. It just hasn't been doing the right thing earlier. Okay. See, is this guy aiming or not? I don't think he is. I mean, the bend angle should be right. It just looks like he's not aiming. Yeah, he is aiming. That's so weird, dude. But I don't... He follows me. Because he's still cold? I mean, he's still cold, though, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a little mental break, I think, and then get back to this. But I'm gonna end the stream here. Also need to practice a talk I'm gonna be doing on Thursday, so I got that to think about. It's a bit of a slightly uneventful stream. Maybe tomorrow I'll showcase the start of the game jam. We'll see. Talk, yeah, I'm doing a talk for Icelandic game summit thing. It's a sold out event. There's gonna be the guy, creative director of Helldivers will be there. A lead game designer from CCP, Eve, will be there. Just a couple other people. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah. And I will be one of them. Anyway, yeah. Have a great rest of your day, people, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao, goodbye.